Hello all. YugabyteDB, a cloud-native, distributed, horizontally scalable database that is gaining some momentum in the market. So here, I have thought to just demonstrate you with a simple example that how in YugabyteDB data has been replicated from one node to another almost instantaneously. So here in on my screen, you can see that there is a YugabyteDB managed cluster, and though you can see here that is basically that one local host, and we are using just you know on one local machine we are using this multiple hosts. So one is 127.0.0.1, 2, and 3, and the configuration has been done in such a way that is in under one region it has zone 1, zone 2, and zone 3. Now here in this example, our objective is I like to show you that if I do a change in one of the machines, be it 1, 2, or 3, so the same change is available on the other two nodes. And before starting that, let me also give you a brief in the sense that you may think that okay, this is a local system, so data is going to the same data mount point, but here that is not. So if I go to the settings and if I show you the flags, the G flags here, you can find the data directory here. Yes, so that fs, the first one is you can see that the server dump info path, that is home git pod YugabyteDB var node 1, and if I change it, so accordingly it will also change. Okay, so now I just like to bring your notice to this particular data directory. That is a custom flag where you can see that for this particular one machine, the first machine, that is dot one, this data directory is pointing to node 1 data, both master and key server. And if I change it to 2, and if I again show it to you that same custom flag, where it is, oh, here it is. So you can find that now it has been changed to node 2 data. Okay, and similarly, if I switch it to 3, you will find it that it is pointing to node 3. So in a nutshell, what I tried to convey is that though it is in one local machine, but it is acting as one local machine, but the data persists in three different directories. Okay, and each of the directories is associated to one of the hosts. Now, what we will see is we will create one database in one of the nodes, and we'll see that whether the same database available using the other two nodes or not. And then we will create one table, we'll insert some data, and we will give a watch there to see that while we will be inserting data on say two nodes, we will try to fetch the count from the other three nodes, and we will check whether the count is increasing or not. So that will definitely give you an idea that yes, the data is being replicated on the other nodes as well. So let's start it. Uh, I am using one Gitpod YugabyteDB project here. You can also access the same. Let me quickly show you how you can access that. First, you have to go to the Yugabyte University. If you have already an account, that's fine. It's completely free. Or otherwise, you create one and then you log in. You go to a course called YugabyteDB Fundamentals. Here you can see YugabyteDB Fundamentals, and here you have one YugabyteDB Fundamentals Labs, where you will get this link, and using this link you can land up here in this Gitpod. Though the objective of this particular lab as per the course is something different, but here and we will use it in a different purpose. Okay, so now I have opened 3 terminals. Fine. Now what I will do is I will connect to each of those hosts using these terminals. Okay, so let's begin. And so this is, I have connected to your YugabyteDB, that is the by default super database available in Yugabyte. So I shall also check whether it shows the connection details or not. So here you can see that it is connected to Yugabyte on host 127.0.0.1. Now in the second terminal, what I will do is let's try to connect using host 3. Okay, so let's try that as well. -h 107.0.0.3 and then gigabyte. Okay, here also I will do the same. Now here you can see that now this one is connected using another host, that is 127.0.0.3, and the last one that we will try to connect using 127.0.0.2. Okay, the remaining node that we have. So here also if we do connection info, now here we can see that it is connected using 127.0.0.2. Okay, so now what we will do, we will try to create one test database on the second terminal. So just remember that on the second terminal, so it is connected to 127.0.0.3. Okay, so let's try to create a database. So database has been created. Now let me try to create the same database on the other 2 nodes. Okay, just for, okay, let me just allow the copy paste. Just for the sake of this discussion, I'm just using this node 1, node 2, and node 3. So okay, now I'm trying to create it on node 2. Let's see what it says. It says that okay, the database already exists. And let's see what it says on node 1. Oh, it says the same. So database already exists. So, and we can also check this. If we do a /l, here it is. And here also, if we check, here you can see that this is tasty. Wow, cool. Next, now what we will do is we will try to change the database connection and we will connect to that test DB only. Okay, because now we will try to create one table and then we will insert some data. Okay, so node 3 has been connected to test DB. Now I shall do the same here as well for node 1 and node 2. Okay, test DB. Yes, so here also it is connected to test DB, and here also let's see what it says. Here also I've connected to test DB. Fine. So now let's try to create this table on a different node. Let's try to create this on node 2. Okay, so that is the last one. So here I'm just creating a basic sample table. Okay, create table sample, and here comma say item name text. So table has been created. Now if I try to just do the same on any other node, it will show me an error. create table sample id in item name text. I am not specifying any primary key or something. Oh, it says that sample already exists. Now let me show you another thing. So again, I'm back to this UI. Yeah, here you can see that our database has already been created. And if I click on it, it shows that, okay, it has a table is sample. Okay. And here, this is, so basically, this UI is related to the master of YugabyteDB, where we can see that it's a replication factor is 3. That is number of number of copies of data that you want to store, and then number of nodes, that is also 3, as we have already checked. Now here you can see that the number of user table is 1. If I click on it, you will find that same table that we have created, that is sample. And there are a couple of other uh, system defined tables as well, but we are not looking at it as of now. Here you can see that there are a number of replicas. As there are a number of replicas is 3, so that's why it is mentioned as 1 1 and 1. And here you can see the two columns that we have created, id and item name. And as we haven't specified any primary key, so by default YugabyteDB has created one column named YB row ID, and it has considered this particular column. Oh, my mistake. It has created one additional column, not row. So the row name is YB row ID, and this row ID will be used as primary key. Fine. And the other thing which I just like to show, that that particular table, the sample table that we have created, it has 3 tablets. Okay, so the first tablet's leader is residing on node 1, and the second one is residing on node 2, and third one's leader is residing on node 3. And obviously the other two are followers, and they are available on the other 2 nodes. Fine. Now let's get back to our terminal, where we were just trying to run some queries again. So here now table is there. Now what I will do is I will try to insert record using this node 1 and node 2, and then I shall try to take a count on node 1 and node 3, and then I will take a count from node 2. Okay, so let's do it. Insert into sample values, say 100, and then A, B, C. It's just some sample value. Okay. Now what I will do is I will put a watch. So it will keep on inserting data in every 2 seconds. So I will do the same on node 3 as well. Insert into sample values. Say here I will use 200, and then let the value be DEF. Okay. So here also I will put a watch. So here also it has started inserting data, and on the third terminal, that is node 2, here I shall try to fetch the count from sample. So now it says 42. Here also I will put a 1. So you can see that the number has started increasing with the passage of time. So this ascertains that whatever DDL and DML operations that you do, it gets replicated on the other nodes as well. So that's all for this episode. Let's tune in for other such exciting use cases and examples of databases. Thanks for watching.